Strange but true.
Okay. So, faith healers abound, and not only in the U.S., but other places as well, like Pakistan, where a woman was admitted to the hospital with a 2-inch nail driven into her head. Um, this was done deliberately, and this was done with her permission, supposedly, I guess. Um, and it was done because it was told to her by a faith healer that in doing so, this will make sure that she has a boy child. Yep. Um, guess she didn't understand how that whole sex thing works, but and it just gets stranger and stranger. So she goes to the hospital, the Lady Reading Hospital in Pakistan, bleeding from the skull. She had told them that she had done it herself, but then after further investigation, that the doctors were saying that that wasn't possible. Only after it was posted on social media were the police involved, because they saw it there on social media and started asking, why didn't you come to us with this? And then they were wanting to now use closed circuit television to try to track the woman's passage back, to try to find out where she was and who may have done this to her. So in a discussion with the medical professionals, it came to light that this was not the first person that this faith healer said that he had done this to, and that it had worked. I feel really sorry for the woman who was feeling so concerned that her husband would leave her if she had a fourth girl, and that she would go to such lengths of to do this. But wow,
Yeah,
people can.
there's so yeah, there's so
Please.
much in there. It kind of, for me, ties back to this idea of education and knowing how to evaluate the world. How did we get to a position where apparently both the husband and wife don't understand how genetics and male versus female gender works? Clearly, that's the case. She felt put out because there wasn't a male child, which is another problem in many cultures. That's something we should fix. And then that going to a faith healer was a good idea. And then at some point, her or some people around her had to know that the nail was going to get pounded into her skull, and allowed it, and then realized it was a problem. That might be the smartest thing that was done. Goes to the hospital. And why is the hospital not on the phone immediately? As soon as the patient is stable and safe and their life is protected, the first thing after that you should do is have the police show up, because whoever the fuck did this needs to be put in jail and eliminated from exposure to the rest of the general population. But they're like, no, this happens from time to time. We take the nail out and send them home. Really? That's what we do? Oh, my God.
I'm going to pilfer again from Miss McGee's notes. One of the things that she said about this particular article is that she said there was like 2 lines of conversation that should be addressed concerning all of this: trust in faith healers and the cultural valuing of males above females.
Yeah.
And she talked about how like male children are prized above female children in a lot of different nations. Pakistan is not the only one, right? We can even see like how there's even like a gender divide when it comes to pay and what women are able to do versus what men are able to do, like even in the United States, which is supposed to be enlightened. You know, that but that's a whole nother discussion. And then there's a and then there's another problem concerning medical ignorance. Like, why in the world, like as you just mentioned, Phil, the person just be sent home after they get the nail out? Or even, how is it that we are not even seeing how like driving a nail into a person's head is a problem in the first place, and it doesn't fix anything. Like I'm not really sure how in the world, and I don't even know what the rationale was. I didn't really see that inside the article itself, that why would one, even who considers themselves a faith healer, would think that producing a male child will come from driving a nail in someone's head. Like I don't understand that.
I got nothing.
Malty?
Yep. Yeah. Very strange and sadly true.
Yeah. Well,
So
guys, we want to end
belief,
it on a
like
high
you
note.
say, Phil, belief in faith healers can lead to tragic results. This is it's just the number of errors that just compounded in this entire article is just amazing.
Yeah,
Indeed,
it's
it is.
clearly a systemic thing, just like
Yeah.
systemic racism. And circling back to that, I still can't get over how sometimes people say that it's been fixed, or it's gone, or it doesn't exist. You're just, you're kidding yourself. You're totally naive and ignorant. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But there are good things. But we're here sometimes to tell you the stories so that you can be aware of what's going on out there, and keep an eye out for it.
Indeed. This is what we're here for, people. And, we don't want the conversations to stop here. We really want you guys to continue to actually be involved with the conversations that we're having, because we value everything that you guys say. So, first off, I want to implore you to join our fan social media outlets. You can find most of the nonprofit hosts on the Atheist Community of Discord by going to tiny.cc/ACD Discord, and on Facebook at tiny.cc/FBNP.